Well, here we are again in the lower level. Our first video, we were still looking at a family room. It was dark and dingy, and as I said, it was time for a change. And so I just want to talk about what's going on or what has been done from the last time you've seen the place to now. For me right now, it's time to get excited from the designer point of view, but let's just talk about what our amazing team has done so far. So I'll start in the back. You will now notice that the wall has been put up, and this is for the door for the bedroom. What I really wanted to do is have the barnyard effect. However, because of height restrictions, then that would have meant the door would be much lower, so that couldn't be done. And I'm bringing that up to you because it is great to have inspirations and visions and have that all put together. However, be somewhat flexible because things can change. And so I haven't decided yet, but the pocket door is what we're going to do. And I'm not really sure if we're going to change the color of that door to make it a different color. I'm not sure. So that might be where that changes up. So if you can't have a certain thing, then maybe you can have fun with another idea of it. The other thing that has happened is the lights. So we have increased the lights. Pocket lights. I'm thinking pocket lights. Okay, I'm completely confused now. It'll come to me. You know what I'm talking about. So there's so much of them here. I mean, it's not overkill, but we definitely have that. So in the bedroom, we've put in 4, and then we've got one over here that's on. We've placed one here because we're going to have a cabinet over here, and then we placed one over here, which is where the sink is going to be. So also having a strategic conversation where the pot lights go. I had the pot lights go, so that's something to think about. You don't want to overkill, but you also want to make sure there's enough light. What we have done too with the lights is over here, we had a conversation about putting a dimmer on and also having all the lights go off. So if they're going to bed, they do not have to walk all the way over there. So that is a conversation that we had as well. So the next thing I want to talk about was the walls. So the walls had a paint treatment that was really hot and trendy 20 years ago, 18 years ago. And so what they had suggested to me was to do a little bit of skimming. And I thought, you know what? I don't think so. I don't think you need to do that because once you paint it white, you can see, you can just see the white. Having said that, if you can look all the way to the back of the wall there, now they just did one primer over there, but I can see standing here, I could see the lines coming down. So they were right. And it just makes it much more cleaner and modern. So that happened. The other thing that happened was that this wall came out a little bit more because over here, let's see if I can move this around a little bit. Wonderful. So over here is where the stack is. And so they had to do some plumbing, and what they did is they moved it to over here. And in order to do that, they brought the wall out just a bit. So that's all behind. Then they also made sure there were some openings so we can get into that. And that was done on that side. The other thing that they did, and I'm going to turn around again, you're going to see a whole bunch of tools in place. It is definitely a working zone. So if you can kind of see, if I put this a little further back, we have here a closet. So we're going to have a closet when you walk in. This is the entrance area. So here's the door. This is a laundry space that will still stay as a laundry space, but this will be the door coming into the apartment. And so that was also done here. They put that structure in, and then they also did the closet. And so then what's going on now is the plan was, again, the conversation about how things can change. The plan was to put down laminate floor, vinyl laminate, and that way it's much cleaner. And also it's great because there's a kitchen area, and this is what I had picked for the floor. I have something very similar to in the bathroom, so I wanted it to become seamless. I could have chosen, and it really always depends on what your tastes are. Some people might go much lighter, and lighter is in, so you know, this is just what I had chosen. The conversation, what I want to say though is that in the quote, when they took a look at the place, and you saw it when I did my talk, is that we had the carpet down, and I did tell them how uneven the floor was, but they didn't actually realize till they took the carpet out. And they have done some putting some paving on and making it much more, you know, in line, straight, so they can put floors down, but it was way too much work to do the whole place. But the biggest part of it was that it would also take ceiling height, and we're very cognizant of that already, because you can see the height, right? So anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this in the kitchen area. So that will be over here on the ground, just in front of all the counters. And then we will have that in the entrance area when you come in. So what I had to do from the designer's point of view is I had to go to plan B, which was carpet. And you really want to make sure that, of course, it's durable and it's fashion-y, formal, and you can clean it very well. So again, it's personal, but this is the one that I have picked here. So in here they have a little bit of the brown grains from the floor, and there is grays and some blues. It looks very dark, like a black, but there is a lot of those colors in. So that is going to be going in the bedroom. It is going to be going in the living area, which is over here. And it is also going to be going down the stairs, coming down the stairs, because the stairs that are in this place they're not at the point where you need to put new stairs in. Again, I was saying it is a very old house with there's a couple little cracks, but it's still very strong stairs, but it doesn't look good. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this going down the stairs as well. And then from a design point, what I wanted to do also is just to have some fun and make it funky and all that. That back wall there is where the headboard is going to go, and I'm pretty sure I've got the headboard I want, which is it's just a dark blue headboard, bluish gray. But what I found, which I thought was really fun, was wallpaper. So we're going to put this wallpaper back there. That's the plan. So hopefully that will work out. I can probably show you a larger row, but no. So just on one wall. So that's the reason that you can see the difference from that wall, because they decided not to skim it because there was no reason for that. That's kind of some of the features. The other thing that we've done is we picked a color. And so this color here is sort of like a very light bluish gray color. And what I want to talk to you about colors is that when you're picking colors, think about loving it all year round. So 4 seasons. So that's really important. That color works in the winter and in the summer. The other thing that's really important is you need to be in the space when you are looking at the color, because when I'm upstairs or outside with this color, it looks so white, and it looked to me like an icy blue white, not at all like this. And then what we did is, let's see, we've put them on different walls so you can see it on that wall. But what we also did right away, I mean, my contractors are amazing. They're like, okay, Anya, we're just gonna put it all the way over here, and so you can see the color there. I mean, they put some white back there for nothing. But so just so you can see how dark it does get because of its location of where it is, right? So that's really important when you're picking colors. And with the wallpaper, what I wanted to also say is some of the wallpapers are pre-pasted and some of them aren't. And for me personally, because I did that whole paint job 18 years ago and I had everything measured, and when I painted it, everything was on the side, it was crooked because the walls are not straight. And so we have to make sure, I'm just gonna press this little button here, sorry. We have to make sure that when we are putting the wallpaper on that wall, that it might not feel like it's straight, but it has to visually look straight. So that's going to be interesting. So be careful who you pick doing the wallpaper with. My office upstairs, I did it by myself, but I think I'm gonna do that with somebody else, so. And so that's kind of the conversation about the finishes. There's not going to be too much extra lighting going on, again, because of the height. However, now we're looking at different zones in furniture. I will tell you, I forgot, is the kitchen. So the kitchen is going to be all along here, and it's going to stop probably, let's see, probably just around here. And we're going to have the stove there, the fridge there. And then we're going to have counter, dishwasher underneath, stove, and then we're going to have a counter here. And I think I might do that like as a coffee bar or something like that. And so what we have scheduled, everything will be white lacquered. And what we have scheduled is getting 2 shelves about this height here. But we'll see what it looks like in a dark blue. So I have a vision, but what I'm not sure about yet is how far it's going to look. So that's my idea, to have those dark blue cabinets in there, but if it doesn't happen, that might not happen. If not, we'll think of something else. We bought it all. We bought it at IKEA. My contractors really like IKEA kitchens. So, and it's not a high-end space or anything like that, but actually this kitchen will look high-end, and IKEA is very good at making that happen. And then there'll be some furniture. So the furniture that I had already picked out will be in the grays and go along here. And this wall here, because it comes down, I got a nice white lacquer TV stand, and we're gonna put the TV over here. And then we'll have a couch and a occasional chair. So I'm getting super excited because the finishes from them is, I guess, something like step 3. So we've got the floor, rug, and laminate. We've got the wall color. We have the kitchen. Little details that we need to talk about are our handles and doorknobs and everything like that. And then is the furniture, and I've got almost everything purchased. I still need to get side tables and night tables. Other than that, and once all of that comes in, just the furniture, that's when I will post the next video. And because I have that opportunity to see everything in its space, I will then go and focus on all the accessories. But I'd like to rather do it in steps, and also being cognizant of where everything is being placed. So I found great furniture deals, but I had to pick up the furniture right away. In order to do that, there's got to be a place to house them. So really being cognizant about all of that as well. Anyway, super excited, and connect with me if you have any questions on doing a makeover or a bigger construction like this, or even a bigger one, which is a full house. I've done it all, and super enthusiastic always about having the person who's living in the place, my client, loving the end results and loving the finishes, because it's not about me, it's about them. What I do is I've got that know-how and that knowledge, and then I can always, and I love always sort of like pushing you to the end to just make it like, maybe go out of your comfort zone. That's always great as a designer. I do want to say that doing your finishes, it's pretty good having them all kind of masculine, and then you can bring in the softness with the accessories and stuff like that, because not that this floor is going to be in forever, however, it's not like a top trendy. I know I got a little risque with the blue cabinets at the top, but I did want to give it a little bit of punch, and if I ever needed to change it, I can just change that up to white, because the rest of the kitchen is going to be white.